All right, welcome back. Week 2. Hope everyone had a great weekend, did something fun and isolation or self-isolation, I suppose. 30 March 2020. We have a nice little WOD for you today, in which we'll be focusing on a push movement and a pull movement, as well as a leg-driven movement. How this will look is we'll have 10 sets of 90 seconds of work, followed by 30 seconds of rest. So what this will look like is you'll set a clock for 90 seconds. Once you hit go, you will perform 5 strict pull-ups or 10 bent over rows, immediately into 10 bench or chair dips. With the remaining time, you'll perform as many reps as possible of weighted step-ups. Once that 90-second clock ends, you'll rest for 30 seconds, and then after that 30 seconds of rest, you'll get right back into it from the top, performing 5 strict pull-ups or 10 bent over rows, 10 bench or chair dips, and then finishing off that 90-second clock with as many reps of weighted step-ups as possible. And then you'll roll right into that 30 seconds. Perform 8 more sets for a total of 10 sets. What I really want you to focus on is quality today. So with those bent over rows and those chair dips, if we have too heavy of a weight and that's all we have at our disposal, we can lower the rep count a little bit. For the bench or chair dips, find a coffee table or a chair that allows you to be able to dip down so the shoulder is slightly below the height of the elbow. If there's any pain or discomfort, though, I encourage you to perform 10 push-ups or a similar type scale. And then those weighted step-ups, find whatever weight you can to make it as challenging as possible, even if that's no weight at all. Body weight step-ups are just as good. We'll just be moving maybe a little quicker, which just means we're going to accomplish more repetitions in that remaining time of 90 seconds. Have a great one. Enjoy this. This is going to be a fun one. Maybe you can get it outside and some bench in the park. And a pull-up rig by in a playground or something. Just make sure you wipe everything down and stay healthy, stay clean, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Welcome back. 30 March today, Monday. We have a great WOD for you today, a little threshold training in which we'll be focusing on 2 complementary movements as well as a leg-driven movement. So those complementary movements are going to be a pull, in which we'll be focusing on a strict pull-up or a bent over row, and then a pressing movement, in which we'll be focusing on these bench or chair dips. So let's dive right into it. What we're looking for in terms of the pull-ups is 5 strict pull-ups if you have that ability, if you have some type of pull-up bar in your home, which we do not here, unfortunately. So we'll really be focusing on the bent over row. So whether or not you have a dumbbell or kettlebell, or perhaps maybe a heavy jug of water or Tide detergent, get as creative as you can and try to mold your positioning similar to what we'll be showing you now. So what we're going to have Lisa do for the bent over row is first using a kettlebell. What she's going to be looking for is that the shoulder blades are pulled back nice and tight the whole time, as if we're trying to crush someone's fingers in between your shoulder blades, so keeping those blades along the spine. She's going to have a slight bend in her knees, and she's going to reach down to grab the kettlebell. She'll then press the knees back so that she feels some tension in the hamstring, but there'll still be a slight bend. From here, with those arms extended, shoulder blades still nice and tight, she's going to perform 10 repetitions, pulling the dumbbell or kettlebell, to between the belly button and the sternum. And she can do this relatively quickly to perform 10 reps, relax, with a weight of your choosing. I recommend that ladies go no heavier than 35 pounds, males no heavier than 50 pounds. Now, if we're using a dumbbell, what we can do is turn it so that it's parallel to the body in this case, grabbing the dumbbell from the sides, and again, still pulling those shoulder blades back, ensuring that that back position is relatively horizontal to the ground, slight bend in the knees, and pulling that dumbbell directly between the belly button and the sternum for 10 repetitions. And try to have that dumbbell touch the body and then return it to this bottom position. And notice in the bottom, she's still keeping those shoulder blades pulled back. Relax for me, Lisa, and we'll see that we kind of round the upper back. We want to avoid that by keeping this back position nice and tight throughout the movement. So 10 repetitions of the bent over row. Relax. From here, we now move into our pressing movement, which is the bench or chair dip. So think about a coffee table, something of that nature, a chair, somewhere between about 18 inches to 20 inches works. This is a 20-inch box here that we have in the house. So what we're looking for is the athlete's going to put the hands on the side of the box, bring the butt about somewhere between 6 to 12 inches away, and then the athlete will lower their body, creating this L position with the hips. And ideally, we're just looking for the shoulder to be slightly lower than the elbow. So we want that elbow slightly higher than the shoulder, and then the athlete will press out until the elbows are fully locked, and continue that for 10 repetitions. Good, let's do 2 fast ones. 1, 2, and relax. So we're looking for 10 repetitions in the prescribed plan, but again, we can always bring those reps down. We could perform 5 if we want to. If this is uncomfortable or painful, what I will recommend is the push-up. 10 push-ups are, again, something within your wheelhouse, all right? If you go back to one of the videos with the push-up, we talk about what we're looking for in that position, and you can see that nice solid technique. So again, whether it's the push-up or the dip, that's still a pressing movement, which is what we're looking for. After 10 repetitions, we're going to move to the weighted step-up. Again, we're looking for a box for ladies somewhere around 20 inches, 18 to 20, even lower if you want, that's fine. Males, again, 18 to 24 inches, no more than 24. So if we were to perform this weighted, my recommendation is males no heavier than 50, females no heavier than 35. Lisa's going to grab this 35-pound dumbbell here. We're going to show you one method that you can use. If you have a dumbbell, recommend putting it right up onto the trap, holding it with one or both hands. And what we'll be looking for is Lisa's going to plant the foot on the box, one foot, and then we're going to be looking for this leg, the planted leg or active leg, to be fully extended before she places the other foot on the box for balance. See how that knee locks out fully before that other foot contacts the box. This is ideal, but if we need to, we can use that other leg for assistance. And then she'll bring that other foot down and just alternate legs. And we'll be performing these weighted step-ups for maximum repetitions until that 90 seconds finishes out, all right? We can move relatively quickly, one move as fast as possible. If the weight is bothersome, we don't have any, that's fine. We'll just be doing no weight at all. If you have a weight vest, feel free to put that on instead. Now, if we had a kettlebell or something similar, drop that, Lisa, we could hold the kettlebell in that goblet position, kind of with the elbows down, and that would look like this. We'll just perform 2 quick repetitions of that. Again, this could be a bottle of Tide detergent, a bag of, 5-pound bag of rice or dog food, whatever that is that we need to kind of hold in order to incorporate some weight and relax. So, again, to kind of seal the deal, we're looking for 5, you'll start a 90-second clock, 5 strict pull-ups or 10 bent over rows, scale the repetitions as appropriate, immediately into those bench dips for 10 repetitions, and then with the remainder of that 90 seconds, max effort weighted step-ups. When that 90 seconds is done, you'll rest for 30, and you'll start that over for another 9 rounds for a total of 10 rounds. Good luck, have fun, and I'll try to remember to post a little clock link for you where you can set up your own interval time to get after it. All right? Kick butt.